rough.
So, talk about like traveling, you know what I'm saying? You mentioned that, like, what was traveling like for you, like growing up? Like, what was some of your favorite places to go?
It's a man, to the utmost, man. I respect my step pops, man, because, you know what I'm talking about, really, me and my sister say this a lot. He saved our life, you know what I'm talking about? Because if we wouldn't, you know what I'm talking about, he wouldn't have came and married my mom's, man, we was staying off of Pansy, you know what I'm talking about, Unionville. My granddad, his name T. Hall, he used to run the Key Street, the VFW, the club. So, you know, I think my life would have been somewhat different, but by having a chance to just get out and see the world, man, it puts you in a different perspective, but you don't respect it at that moment until you get older, you feel me? Cause shit, nigga, I was in Tokyo, Japan, bro. I mean, like, I'm a chef, I cook, so you know what I'm talking about? I could have used that experience totally different than what I used it for, you know what I mean? So, it's a learn, you live and learn, bro. I had fun, though.
What was some of the other things that you know what I'm saying, were into growing up? Like, was it always music, or did you have other passions?
Nah, I mean, sports. Basketball was real important, and football was real important. But by, you know what I'm talking about, that broken home thing, you know what I'm talking about, that broken home thing, 1 minute, I might be in Macon, Georgia for 6 months, get mad, bruh, and dip and be in Miami for 6 months, and they get tired of me, and then they send me back to my mama. I'm in Japan for 6 months, and shit, so you move around a lot. So, you know what I'm talking about, I was never, like, I had like 3 or 4 high schools I went to. You know what I mean? I went to Miami, Carol City, you know what I'm talking about? Northeast High School, you know what I'm talking about? Oklahoma City, Midwest City High School, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, man, the traveling thing is good, man, but you don't never have no permanent type fixture.
So, like, how would you say, like, you know what I'm saying, people describe you like as a student, like coming up, like how would you as a student?
I was always dolo solo. A lot of people hung around me because I was big. You know what I mean? I carried my own weight. I really was never into hanging with crews. You know what I'm talking about? Because I ain't really need it. You know what I mean? So I stood to myself, and you know what I mean, stayed in my own lane. Then, you know, once people get to know who I was, I started kicking it with them. But, you know, I stopped hanging around a lot of people because they'll use my size. Like, you'll go out to a club, you might have homeboys start some shit, you know what I'm talking about? Well, they know they got big dog back there, you feel what I'm talking about? So shit, we get to fighting, you know what I'm talking about? And most of the times I find myself in a lot of shit that I ain't even had nothing to do with it. I'm just riding for my homeboy. So, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. So, you know, what led you to Miami to, you know what I'm saying, making that record with Stepdad, and, you know what I'm saying, kind of talk about leading up to that process, you know what I'm saying, the music you were coming out with, and you know what I'm saying, what was going on in your life around that time?
My first, Miami was always like a second home to me, because my grandma stayed down there. Like, you know, she moved down there in 78. So, you know what I'm talking about, we used to stay in overtime, then she moved to Opelika, then finally placed like Carol City. So, you know, that upbringing there, you know, it brought a lot of friendships. My uncles and aunts was down there. My uncle used to work for the Coast Guard, you know what I'm talking about? And, you know, he got the hookup. He had a little lick, you know what I'm talking about? He was one of them boys down there. So, you know, he used to have that work a lot. They used to move to work. So, you know what I'm talking about, the cats he was dealing with, they wanted to start a record company. And they took interest in me because they seen them rapping. I was always around my uncle when they was doing their thing. So, you know what I'm talking about, they signed me. And, you know, from there, it just took off. Everybody in Miami's kind of, well, Carol City, they kind of connected. So the people I was dealing with, they was in with Stepdad and Slip and Slide them. They was in with Shay. So, you know, we just kind of worked together, man. You know, worked on an album for Funk Shop Entertainment. I got a couple of features from Slip and Slide record artists, man. And it was just a wonderful time for me at that point. You know what I mean? It was 1996. I was supposed to open up for Jack the Rapper. I flew back to Oklahoma City to see my baby mama and ended up getting caught in the drive-by, which, you know what I'm talking about, I took a 9mm hollow point to the neck. You know, I died, you know what I'm talking about, they brought me back. But after that, it's kind of like music was, you know, life when I just looked at life kind of differently then, you know what I mean? I ain't really like being around too many people. So, you know, man, it's like, the Miami thing to that, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot of lessons and a lot of losses I took, but I take it as lessons. I don't know if that sounds funny, but you know, some of my losses turn to lessons to me. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's been a long road, bro.
It's a sad situation how they hold us back. White is always right and they give us no slack. Heavenly Father, what can I do? They say pressure bust pipes.